Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got something that I hope will do a little bit of good in the world, as well as hopefully show off a really neat knife for you all. Well, I guarantee it'll show off a really good knife for you all. As you all know, I don't generally do sales on the channel. Not only do I not have enough freaking time to come anywhere near that as an idea, but it adds a lot of noise to the channel. It's not something I'm interested in doing, and so generally speaking, even though a lot of people approach me and say, Nick, I'd like your help selling these knives, my answer is pretty much always no, except in a very, very exceptional circumstance. And actually, well, today I have an exceptional circumstance for you, because my buddy Sid, he's a good friend of mine, he's a good friend of the channel, and he's pretty well known in the community. He runs the Grimsmo and his group, among other things. Just overall a really great guy. He has decided that he's got this knife right here, but rather than just sell it, what he's interested in doing is trying to do some good with it. He's very passionate about basically trying to prevent cancer in children, because that's a good thing for any human to be passionate about. I mean, if there's one thing we should be trying to stop, it's freaking cancer in kids. It's not a good deal. And so what he wants to do is auction this knife off with my help here, and he will then donate the entirety of the sale price directly to the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation, covering any of the PayPal fees, etc. He will pay the full auction price directly to them as a result. And so the end result being that the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation gets a sizable donation, and you get a beautiful knife, and that's pretty win-win, at least as from where I'm standing. But the thing is, okay, well, sounds like a good idea, but the thing is, the knife he's looking to donate for this is really, really exceptional. Let's take a little look-see here. The case is not original, certainly. In fact, this was a very early Grimsmo Norseman that just came in a cloth bag, and I can confirm this is the cloth bag they used to come in. And indeed, right here we have the original card for this little guy, number 424. But check this out. This is a very, very unique and different piece. So, not only are there not that many Grimsmo Norsemen out there with the carbon fiber on there, they're just not super usual. I mean, they're out there. You can find them, but they're not super common. But this, in addition to having the carbon fiber, has a full, beautiful acapella Damasteel blade. Check this out. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. Complete with a beautifully anodized thumb stud on here. This is just a very, very attractive knife, at least from where I'm standing. Some people may not find it attractive, but hey, that's your problem, not mine. And it is in very, very good condition here. I'm showing off every damned element of this, and oh, look, the backspace is even matched thumb stud. Just noticed that. But it is in very, very good condition. I really can't see anything on here that is a sign of obvious wear. Actually, it may be a little tiny bit of damage on the edge, but maybe that's the original sharpening. Look, whatever it is, it's in astoundingly good condition. This is a beautiful knife. It's in great condition. But more importantly, and maybe more interestingly to some, if you're a collector type, is that this is an old school Norseman. This is number 424. And this actually puts it during the time, as you can tell from the hardware and things like that. This is from the time before they moved into their own shop. This is from the time before the fancy Mori mill and the crazy new lathe. This is from a time when it was just two jackasses, John and Eric Grimsmo, in a garage someplace in Canada, making knives. They're making a bunch of these now, and they're all great, but the thing is, this is one of the original ones. This is before they were cool. Actually, no, they were pretty cool at this point already, but still. Condition-wise, like I said, it's great. The action on it is sublime, as it's freaking supposed to be. It's a Norseman. It's good to go. And in fact, I just took it apart last night, did a full clean out or maintenance, everything like that, and it's running just beautifully, and everything checks out. Everything looks great, and so this is a really, really special piece. And it's one that I'm very, very happy to see, because I think this will do some genuine good for some kids with some cancer here. Well, at least via the charity. So here's how this is going to work. You will go ahead and place your bid on the Instagram in a link that I'm going to put in the description down there below. I'm doing this via Instagram because it's a place that anyone can get an account. It's free to post. It's easy for people to post. It's easy for people to see the latest bids. I'm not dealing with like YouTube spam filtering out comments and things like that, which is kind of ugly. And it's just a common place for knife people to hang out. So that's where all the action's going to happen. You cannot bid anywhere but Instagram. And even if you just create an account for this, sure, have fun, go for it. Then on that post, you're just going to comment with your bid. And you're bidding in $10 increments, please. Don't be the guy who bids a 1 cent increase, because then you're a jackass, and not the good kind. And you can bid as many times as you like, obviously. But this is going to end. The auction for this guy is going to end this Wednesday, December 12th at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's Pacific time. I need to be very specific about that. Okay, whatever. Either way, so that's how it's going to work. Then at that point in time, the winner of the auction will send Sid the money via PayPal. Again, do not send me money. I don't need your money right now. This is all that. And then once Sid sends both of us the receipt for the full donation to the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation, and we're both satisfied, I will ship you the knife, Priority Express insured. And I will just eat the shipping costs. Don't worry about that. This is about the kids, not about anything like that. So at that point in time, then you will have a beautiful knife. Some kids will have a better shot against cancer, and it will be win freaking win. If you are international, we can talk about this, but this is going to be very much at your own risk in terms of shipping. We can't, no guarantees here or anything like that. But anyways, there you go. But I want to sweeten the pot a little bit here, because sure, I mean, it'd be great to win this knife, but we have all been in that situation where you're like, oh God, I almost had it. And then some jackass outbids you. So what we're going to do is, for the second place bidder, defined strictly as the person behind the person who ends up paying for the knife, the second place bidder will win their choice of one of several great knives. These knives have all been donated to the channel by Massdrop. So you could get a Massdrop Perpetua, you could get a Massdrop Compact Tactical Folder by Bob Terzuola, you could get a Massdrop Bradzinka Dogtooth, or a Massdrop Therum Forge Buck. Any of those, you could get one of those knives. All you'll need to do is, when the time comes, just let me know which one you want, and I will send to the second place winner their choice of knives. This is just, sweeten the pot, encourage healthy bidding, that kind of situation. And frankly, to spread the love a little bit, because if we can get some more people bidding to help, kids with cancer, that seems like a beautiful thing to me. And again, I'll eat the shipping here. You don't have to pay anything. I don't want your damn money. There are going to be a few rules here. I mean, to start with, the knife is being sold as is. It's in beautiful shape. I just showed that to you, and I just took it apart last night. As near as I can tell, there is not a hint of issues here. Everything checks out, absolutely. But I just, don't want any headaches here. All bids need to be done through Instagram on the designated post. I will make that clear. It will be linked below here. Don't go bidding elsewhere. And for the love of God, don't try and email me a bid or anything like that, because I can't afford to be entering email bids on Instagram. No, I don't know. Just make the damn account. Life will be good. Next thing, this is an interaction between you and Sid. All I'm doing here is losing money on shipping and trying to do a little bit of good in the world. I can mediate if anything comes up, but I don't expect they're going to be, because he's a gem, and presumably you're a gem if you're willing to do this. So, that's a beautiful thing. But if something comes up, it's a private matter. And then finally, there will be a 10-minute anti-sniping rule. If a bid is made within 10 minutes of the auction ending, the auction will be extended for another 10 minutes, which means if you bid at 5:53 and the auction ends at 6, now the auction ends at 6:10, and what this prevents is some jackass coming in at the last minute and entering a bid right before it closes. It's just crappy behavior, and I don't want to see it happen. And then, of course, if you don't pay within 24 hours, we're going to just move down to the next highest bidder, and so forth and so forth, and the person below that person becomes second place, etc. So, look, I think this is really neat. It's a really interesting knife, and if you're interested in helping out some charity, if you're interested in getting a really nice knife, just head on over to Instagram and bid on this little guy here. Because that way you can end up with a gem, and some kid with cancer, or maybe some researcher doing their best to help kids with cancer, will end up with a much better shot at beating a really freaking terrible disease. So thank you very much, Sid, for doing this. That's super generous of you, and thank you very much to everybody who's going to bid on this. And I'll see you guys all at Wednesday at 6 p.m. when the auction ends. Have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of the day. Bye now.